what, 15 minutes of the movie?
I mean, the Odyssey is way home, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah. It must have really sucked, though, when he told the other guys what they were doing. It's like, what do you call it? We're going on an Odyssey. Because it's a word that hadn't been invented yet.
Uh-huh.
So, you tell all your crewmate, all the people that are beneath you on your crew, we're going on an Odyssey, and they ask you what an Odyssey is, and you have to tell them it's named after the lone survivor.
Yeah, totally.
But, unfortunately, as I was telling you as we were leaving, it's not my favorite version of the Odyssey. My favorite version will always be from the 1990s, Wishbone.
The fact that you looked over at me and said, you know what you're doing there?
Yes.
And I knew what you were talking about.
Also, Wishbone did it through the eyes of a dozen axes, not 6 axes crisscrossed in a row. Yeah.
You do realize there has been academic debate for a while on what part of the axis they were talking about?
I think.
In our lifetime, there has been debate over what part of the axis they have been talking about.
Well, Wishbone did it better.
Uh-huh.
Because you look how much room is underneath is in between 2 crisscrossed axes.
Look at how close he was. You're not going to get very much momentum now.
You want the momentum from the bow, not from a distance. And it's also apparently a bow only he can string. And I'm like, I saw that in Scorpion King. Alright, so this is nice and hot. So let's toss these bad boys in. Give them a few minutes to get some color. But yeah, Wishbone did it very well as well.
Anyway.
What was your favorite Wishbone episode?
It's been a while. I don't recall a lot.
I loved the Don Quixote one. Because he had to play a guy trying to attack windmills. There was certainly, I think there was several.
I feel like that's the one I remember.
Mm-hmm. Obviously the Odyssey one.
But it's not as much as you do.
Wasn't like I rewatched it or anything, just to get me ready for the story.
Where did you find it?
It's on YouTube. Looking up episodes of Wishbone. Some of them, like the story, took precedent over the what? Oh, was I muted the whole time? Oh, did we forget to? Wait, no. Remember, they're connected. They're connected. So it doesn't matter which one you have it on, as long as it's a audio thing. I am talking. You have to wait for the delay. Cause yeah, they're all connected, as you can see from the.
That is so dumb.
Does it still work? Like regardless of which one you use? Yeah. That's why I think we were having problems. I think OBS did an update where you can't have multiple audio microphones.
I think it's just rusted somewhere in the background.
It's right there, just hanging off. Yeah, right there.
I see it.
Do you really?
No.
But yeah, we were talking. I think our gripes are similar to most people's gripes. The look of the Cyclops, the whole Cyclops sequence, probably.
I mean, if I really wanted to, I could be a lot more critical, but I also understand that it's Hollywood and cinema, so I'm not going to be as critical as I could be.
The uniform debate is the stupidest one, to me. Because if they wear what's in the story, like if they do a quote-unquote act, yeah, are people really going to notice the difference?
People are going to say that it looks awful.
Yeah, because they're not flashy. They don't have the Would it have been written that way? Him being a goat, sheep herder,
Yeah.
praying, that whole thing?
Sheep herder, yes. But it's also the whole, like, cautionary tale of, especially back then, where you have an obligation, especially for...
Yeah, that was brought up a lot.
No, but that's the thing, is it... That's what I really enjoy
hadn't really experienced before was a movie of that scale.
So
Since I want to say
they waited way
Lawrence of Arabia or Ben-Hur.
yeah, to some degree.
I think I would put the first Avatar on par with them.
I haven't seen Ben-Hur, so I can't speak to it.
You know of it.
Yes.
You know of the controversy that has apparently started over the past little bit with it. To eggs.
Is that the horses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they had to put a lot of them down, which sucks. Not the worst when it comes to that.
Unfortunately, it takes a lot of horribleness to get legislation in place.
I forget what movie it was because it was after Ben-Hur where the animals thing happened. Where it was a huge epic where Civil War reenactment, I think it was. Something along those lines. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I should be explaining all this.
Yes, it's
So I've just boiled a dozen pierogies, that's our base. I sliced up and pan-fried a big thing of kielbasa, and I've sliced those into smaller pieces. You can see those. Now I'm going to be I'm going to start the Hollandaise. So what I'm doing now is I have 2 egg yolks. I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of lemon juice. I don't have fresh lemons because I'm a landlocked city. So I just buy real lemon.
unacceptable.
I know. So I just use real lemon. It's actually not that bad. We've used it for everything. I think we've only done fresh lemons once or twice.
Oh, honesty, it's a miracle that I don't miss food. With how unlocked we are.
Yeah. Alright, and then I'm going to add, is it 2 or 3? I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of warm water.
No, but like, okay, back to the Odyssey. Standouts. Everyone I've heard talking about it was like, I didn't realize Robert Pattinson had that in him. And it's like,
Well, have you not seen any other of his movies?
I'm like, I knew he had it in him after Tenet.
Tenet, yeah. You keep putting an extra N in that word.
Whatever. It's like espresso.
Espresso, yeah.
Oh, I say it that way just to let you know. But
Okay.
Tenet's funny. It's like he's playing a naive Henry. And this is the first time that he really gets to be the villain, and I think he loves it.
Yeah. Well, there are some actors, like, they can't play a villain, like, even if they try. Just because you can't see, or PG, so you can't see bad guy. There's another word that I would use in this case, but I don't see it. Like, there's some actors you're just like Tom Hanks. Like when he did Otto, was it Otto?
I don't know.
Where he plays the old curmudgeon.
I probably haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I think it's called Otto. My Neighbor Otto or whatever. Where he plays an old curmudgeon. He just plays an old man. He's not playing a villain. He's playing an old man.
Where in no world is Robert Pattinson's version of this ever seen as a good guy?
Yeah.
In no way did he string along the story to be good.
Yeah. Like with Tom Hanks is an old man in real life. But he's not a...
You could also go all his experiences made him that way. In no way
Does the dog actually, I guess, spoiler alert,
Recognize him? Yes.
no, die? Does the dog die the second he sees him again? Because I don't recall that part of the story. I know the dog recognizes him and nobody else notices. In this one, obviously someone does. But
yeah, he's the only one that gets recognition. If so much time has passed, the only one who's loyal enough and recognizes him is the dog.
yeah. Well, the disguise helps him hide from the wife. Because she would kind of know what he looks like. Because it's not like Matt Damon.
Yeah, but he knows enough to just walk through the door. It's been 20 years.
Yeah. Because, yeah, nothing against him, but Matt Damon with a brown beard versus Matt Damon with a gray beard doesn't look much different. I like Matt Damon in this role.
I don't know if anyone else could have played him.
Not at this capacity, no.
No.
At that age.
No, any of it. I don't think anyone could have played Odysseus
Mm-hmm.
to the same extent that Matt Damon did. So I'm really happy he did.
So this is only your second Matt Damon trying to get home movie.
No, I feel like I've seen more and I just don't realize it.
I don't think you've seen Interstellar, and I know you haven't seen Saving Private Ryan.
No, I want to, but I don't want to cry. And I feel like that one will make you cry.
Which, Interstellar, or?
No, Saving Private Ryan.
Why would it make you cry? Do you know the twist at the end?
It's war. There's gonna be people that are like,
Yeah.
the dog comes.
But the dog always gets you.
Yeah.
That's why you're not going to see that post-apocalyptic movie, Dog.
Oh, I have
Dog
no
Tears?
idea what that was, but I'm like, I'm not watching it. There's a dog. The dog's gonna die. I'm not watching this.
And it's, what's his name? Ridley Scott making it. So it's like, yep, dog died.
Oh, last one you said that?
Yeah. I haven't read the book.
Don't.
I haven't read the book. There we
Don't
go.
harm animals.
spoil Twilight. You can spoil Harry Potter, even though these are books, but they're not that old.
How do you know Achilles ties in stories ruin your day?
Because you,
Because it's the same living time frame.
I think the reason why people got mad at me for saying that is because Brad Pitt was such a megastar even at that time. Like,
where it's like, oh, are they gonna change the story?
And they did a lot of things.
Yeah, they took liberties.
But it's like you have Brad Pitt. So I'm like, okay, well
There's
maybe.
also a lot of people not recognizing the fact that when Achilles dies from what he dies from,
Yep.
and not realizing that it's going to happen at Troy.
Yeah.
And it's like
which we didn't see in Odyssey.
Didn't realize
He's mentioned.
reason for all this happening, right?
So what did you think of the conversation with Spider-Man and the Punisher?
Which one is the Punisher?
The King, where Tom Holland goes, and he's like, yeah, my brother was at a Mad Mom. I'm not going to say it right, but I don't care. That's the guy that plays the Punisher. Currently.
Okay.
He's in Brand New Day. That's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer.
I think he did a good job in that role.
What do you think of so many people in the MCU being in this?
It happens, unfortunately.
The first, I do believe, I'm not 100% because he kind of looked different, but I do believe Eric Bana's in this, which means the Incredible Hulk's in it. We have the Punisher,